All right, your exams are out. Let's go over them. Exam number 1. Exam number 1. Question number 1. Number 1 is fiyataini, right? Status, nasab or jar, right? Number, dual. Flexibility, fully flexible. Heavy, light, heavy. Does everyone understand why? If you don't, please raise your hand. Everyone understands this, right?
Why is it heavy?
It's heavy because it's a dual. That's the first thing you want to realize, right? So if it's dual, there ends in the noon, right? And then it's heavy. Why? Because the noon is there. So you want to, before you recognize heavy and light, you have to know whether it is what? The number. What is the number of it? Before you recognize heavy and light, you have to know the number.
Why is it non-flexible?
It's not non-flexible. It's fully flexible. Again, that goes back to...
Why is it fully flexible?
Because number 1 is that it is, so going back to a dual ism, right? It's fully flexible. Why? Because it's aini, it's on that chart. Remember the chart? Un, an, in, ani, aini, una, ina. So for the dual and plural, if it ends in what with the noon, it's considered fully flexible. Right? Fi'atun, fi'atan, fi'atin, fi'atani, fi'ataini. You understand?
Wait, so you said if it ends in a noon, it's fully flexible?
If it, so the idea was what for flexibility? Do you remember? That if it has a tanween, right? It's going to be what? Fully flexible. And at the same time, we added what into it? That if it's on the chart, if the word is on that chart, like if it ends in aini, right? Muslimaini or muslimatun. If it rhymes with anything on the chart, then what happens? Is that it's going to be fully flexible. Everything on the Muslimun chart is fully flexible. Everything that can go on it.
Even the feminine also.
The feminine as well. Muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin.
That's all I know.
Yep. Muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin. Fully flexible. Any other questions about this one? I'm going to move on. Wahidatun, status. Rafa. Number. Singular. Flexibility. Fully flexible. Heavy and light? Heavy. Okay. Everyone understand why? Any questions? Everyone know? We're good? Last chance. I'm serious. If you don't know, ask me right now. This is the time.
Can you explain the numbers and why is it singular?
Un, an, in ends in singular. Un, an, in, it ends in singular. So wahidatun, wahidatan, wahidatin. You have to go down the singular chart. Okay. Any other questions? Some of you have the look of death on your face. It's okay, ask me. If you don't ask, then you won't know. Right? Class is not the place to guard your honor or whatever the case it may be. When you don't know something, you should ask. I'll tell you a story. In my Bayina class, right? If you ask, you guys all know Umar Kamal, right? So Umar Kamal and me were classmates at Bayina. And you can ask him, in my class, I was that guy who used to always raise his hand when he had a question, but most people in the class like, man, this guy just won't shut up, right? So much so that it came to a point where when I wouldn't understand something, right? When you end up, you know, when you're like reading something and an instructor is going on and you haven't like processed it, so when the instructor finishes explaining the concept, you go back. Like I used to do that so often that Brother Noman got annoyed at me. He's like, are you not like listening to what I'm saying? I said, I just don't get it, right? And you know what? At the end of the day, a lot of those guys in my class, some of them, our class, there are some people that left there not speaking a word of Arabic, and there are other people that left there that took the language and went with it in another direction. But majority of them, they're not teaching, they're not doing anything. They're back in their careers and whatnot. But the idea was if you take 10 months off to come to a course where it's not just about learning Arabic, but it's about learning how to teach Arabic, and you're putting money into it, and you're not asking questions, then what's the benefit, right? That's the question. So, you know, that's what it comes down to. knowledge is not easy to get. That's why ulama say, because you have to subdue your ego a little bit. And every single person has an ego. So let's move on. Wahidatan, are we good? Can I move on to the next one? Okay. Al-munafiquna, status? Rafa. Why Rafa? Una. Good. Number for al-munafiquna? Sound plural. Okay. Gender? I'm sorry, not gender. Flexibility? Fully flexible. Heavy, light? Heavy. Any questions about this one? Yes.
Why is it fully flexible?
Because it's una.
Okay.
Una is on the chart, and anything on the chart is fully flexible. You know what chart I'm talking about, right?
No, I wasn't there.
Ooh, I sent it out. Muslimatun or Muslim, the Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Remind me to give it to you. Okay. Write it in your notes. Don't forget to get it from me.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Any other questions about al-munafiquna? Al-munafiquna. Any questions? We're good? Okay. Ash-shahawati. Ash-shahawati. Status? Nasab or jab. Good. Number? Sound plural. Okay. Flexibility? Guys, there's one person answering.
So why is it like both nasab and jar? Yeah.
Because as of this point, when did I teach you guys when it is jab? I had mentioned in the notes that when it comes to the idea of status for dual and plural, you don't know if it's nasab or jab. So for example, this one, if I put a harf jar before it, it'll be jab. If I put a harf nasab before it, it'll be nasab. But it won't look any different. So you don't know if it's one, right? So by default, if you circle, let's say nasab, so by saying it is nasab, by default, you are saying what? That it is not jar. But if you circle jar, you're saying by default, it's not nasab. But here, when you're looking at this, if I had put a fi, for example, or an an, or an ila, then you could say it's nasab, or rather that it's jar. But I didn't put anything there. So you have to tell me that it's nasab or jar, because you don't have any way to prove that it's one or the other.
I guess the reason I got it wrong because I have B wrong as number 2, which is number.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it's the singular.
Oh, okay.
Shahwatun or shahwatin actually.
Yeah.
I have no clue what it means.
Yeah.
So all I can do is guess. Shahwatin.
Mm-hmm.
Shahwatin means like it's.
But there's an a, right? A. That's what you have to hear, right? Shahawa'a.
I think the reason I got it wrong because it was shahawati. There was no.
Tin.
Yeah.
But remember, we said that it's with the tanween gets dropped, right? So what do you have left? You have e, atin or ati.
Tanween got dropped because of alif lam.
Yeah, it got dropped because of alif lam. Yeah. So you have to keep that rule in mind too. Ati versus atin.
So what's the meaning here anyway?
Of shahawat, desires.
Desire.
Yeah. زُيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ. That beautified for man are the حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ, the love of desires.
What's the single for this?
The shahwa. Shahwatun, shahwatan, shahwatin. Shahwatin, yeah. Nas under the jar. Shahwatin, shahwa, tani, shahwataini, shahwataini. Shahwatin, yeah, no alif. And then for dual, shahwatani and shahwataini. And then for plural, shahawatun, shahawatin. Okay, that's the status.
Because of alif lam, there was a confusion.
No. Circle that, take a look at it. Now you'll never forget. Number. We said sound plural. Flexibility, alif lam means automatically what? It means fully flexible. Good. Heavy, light? Light, right? No, there's no tanween. Any questions? Anything? No.
So if the
Yeah.
thing is even though if it's like fits in a chart and everything, it can be light.
If it's on the chart, wait, say that again.
This word shahawati is on the chart. That's why it's fully flexible.
Right.
But it can be light.
Of course, light and heavy doesn't matter based upon the chart. Light and heavy would matter if it's alif lam on it, or if there's a fathatain. Excuse me, if there's a double fatha, double kasra, double dhamma, or a singular fatha, singular dhamma, singular fatha. So that has nothing to do with it being on the chart.
Actually, it's not on the chart.
Which one?
Shawat, ashawat.
Sure.
It will be if you remove the alif.
But you can still add an alif lam. You can still add an alif lam onto it.
In the table?
Al-Muslimu, al-Muslima, al-Muslimi, al-Muslimani, al-Muslimaini, al-Muslimuna, al-Muslimina, al-Muslimatu, al-Muslimata, al-Muslimati, al-Muslimatani, al-Muslimataini, al-Muslimatu, al-Muslimati. Now it just became light, but it's still fully flexible because alif lam goes on it.
It's a mix of light and heavy there.
Well, the chart, like I said, the chart has nothing to do with heavy light.
Right.
The chart has nothing to do with heavy light. The chart has to do with flexibility and number. If it's on the chart, meaning any ism that can fit on that chart in any way, shape whatsoever, following the shape of muslimatun or muslimun, then it's going to depend specifically on the flexibility. So it's always going to be fully flexible if I can put it on the chart. But whether I put it on the chart or not is not going to determine whether or not it's heavy or light. A heavy ism can go on the chart, and a light ism can go on a chart. It doesn't make a difference there for heavy and light. The only thing that makes a difference is in flexibility. And the flexibility will be affected by you knowing the right number. Right? So if I say, for example, fi'ataini, and I'd say that it's a singular ism, fi'ataini. So by default, I'll end up getting what wrong? Well, your number I'll get wrong, right? If I already have that wrong. But if I think that, oh, it's light because it's fi'ataini, ni, what am I going to get wrong as well? Heavy and light. Because I'm going to think that, oh, look, the noon doesn't have a double sound, so it's supposed to be fi'atainin. But the question is, I have to go back to what? Number. That's why this is set up in the way that it is. Because if I get the number right, I will get what right? Heavy and light. But if I get number wrong, I'll get heavy and light wrong. So that's why number comes first.
The number wrong in this case, but heavy and light was right. And the reason is because it's a T. You know, there's no noon sound.
Yeah. So you got that right.
Somehow it was wrong.
I guess the confusion would come in if it was dual or if it was dual basically. Yeah. But okay. That's something good to add actually. Actually, before I forget, I'm gonna write that into my book right now. What did we say? We said getting heavy, light entails knowing number. This is under status. You guys should see my other book, like when I taught this class another time. The amount of feedback that goes into this thing filled it up. Literally fills it up. Okay. Move on. Rasikhuna. Status? Rafa. Number? Sound plural. Good. Why? Because it is? Una. Right? Una. Flexibility? Fully flexible. Why? Oh, una. Una. Good. Una entails fully flexible. And heavy light? Heavy. How would I make it light? I would? Drop the noon. Very good. Kafiratun. Okay, Rafa, number? Singular. Flexibility? Fully. Heavy light? Heavy. Good. Does anyone have an issue with that one? Everyone understands why? For everything here? Something had just come to my mind, which I'm looking for. Oh, I already added that. All right. Okay. Ibratan, status, nasab, number, singular, flexibility, fully flexible, heavy light. Can I ask you guys a question? You're the student, I'm not, so I'm asking you. When you're looking at this word, what's the first thing from status, number, flexibility, and heavy light your brain is focusing on?
But then means
Status, is it then status or is it number?
not
No,
number.
it's singular.
Singular? That's the first thing that pops out at you?
Yes, I mean,
Okay. Because I'm thinking maybe for next time I teach this course, if I should start with number instead of status.
I think it would make more sense.
It would, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because once you got the number right, everything becomes.
That's what I'm thinking. So Brother Noman, the way he would teach this course was that he always took the hardest stuff and taught it first. So you notice how much information went into status, right? But I'm thinking that it would logically make more sense if we started with number. That's what I'm thinking.
When teaching the course, you mean?
Yeah.
How would you teach number without knowing the status?
Without knowing status, how to teach number.
that's the one.
You start with the ism, the fi'l, and the harf.
I would start from ism, fi'l, and harf, right? And then, I mean, how we went through that pretty quickly, right? How do you differentiate an ism and whatnot? And then what did I go to? And then I went directly into status, right? But if I had gone straight into number, with number, what I said, well, there's three types, right? Singular, dual, plural. And then I would have taught you that if you hear un or an or in, right, what would I say? That is singular, right? That's the first thing I would say. And if you hear ani or aini, then it's going to be dual. And I would tell you that if it's una, ina, atun, or atin, that it's what? That it's a plural, right? I think it would make more sense. Because what was the first thing I taught you guys in status? I taught you u, un, and I taught you guys gender technically on the first day as a part of status. I think I'm going to write that. Start course with number and status. Or should I jump from number to gender?
I thought status was hard, so I think it should be.
So once it's finished number and then go and then jump to gender.
I think we get into gender and number as well, right?
You get into gender and number as well, yeah. Right?
So you're touching it anyway.
Okay. And then type was just 7 rules and you know them. Okay. Status, ibratan?
Status is necessary.
Good. Number? Good. Flexibility? Fully? Heavy and light? Okay. Everyone understood this? Alright. Aqibatun. Status? Rafa. Number? Okay. Flexibility? Fully flexible? Heavy, light? Heavy. Good. Everyone understood? Okay. Al-mukaththibina. Nasab or jar? Very good. No. You're right. Joking. Nasab or jar? Does everyone understand why?
Yeah, because you cannot tell if it's.
Same thing with ash-shahawati. Right? Status. Number? Sound plural. Flexibility? Fully flexible. And heavy, light? Heavy. Good. Nafsun? Number? Flexibility? Heavy, light? Heavy. Why heavy? Because of? Hold on. Why is it heavy or light? Aisha, do you know? Tanween. Tanween makes what? Heavy or light? Heavy. If an ism is heavy, it's what? I'm sorry. If an ism has tanween, it is heavy. If an ism has alif lam, usually it is alif lam. Alif lam makes light because the tanween drops. Okay.
You said it was fully flexible.
Nafsun is fully flexible.
You gave it remarkable.
You sure?
I need every single point I can get.
Let me see.
I'm desperate for points.
You get 1.3 points. Nafsun? Which one? Flexibility?
Oh no, you're right.
1, 2. Okay. Well, this is wrong.
my eraser go? Oh my god.
Oh, what happened? Same thing?
No, you didn't mark it all.
I didn't mark it wrong. Okay. Which one? For nafsun? Okay. -2. It's 1.3 points. It's a negligible amount. Mathematically, it's a negligible amount. You guys, anyone here a programmer? Make your algorithms. What are you doing? Okay. All right. Yeah, just add 1.3 points to your score. 65 point whatever.
I have a question. You said that when alif lam is there still is light.
So alif lam makes light. Yeah. Alif lam makes a heavy ism light.
So then on number 9, because there's an alif lam, would it make it light?
Alif lam makes Alif lam makes a singular heavy ism light.
There's a difference.
Yeah. Alif lam makes a singular heavy ism light. Alif lam makes a singular heavy ism light.
But if it's in plural or any other form.
Guys, I can't hear her.
But it's when it's in a plural form, it
It doesn't do anything to the heavy light. Yeah, alif lam makes a singular heavy ism light. Alif lam. Okay. Okay, Dibina. Next. Nafsun, we did that. Walladhani. Status? Rafa. Good. Everyone understand why?
No.
Because it is a dual ism.
What's the meaning of this anyway?
Walladhani, both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah. Alladhina, alladhani, alladhi. Yeah, alladhi, alladhani, alladhina. We'll learn it later. Status of that is rafa. Number is dual. So you have to have gotten the number right. Okay. Flexibility? Good. Does everyone understand why? Ani. How do I make it light? How do I make walladhani light? Drop the noon. So it would be walla dha. Heavy light, we did that. Khasmani, status? Status is heavy. Good. What is your name? Bangladesh. I asked you status and you told me heavy.
No, I thought you skipped the heavy and like put it last.
No, didn't. We did it. That is heavy. Khasmani, status. Rafa, good. Why is it Rafa? Because it is dual. In dual, how do you make something? Rafa. Ani. Flexibility? Fully flexible. Heavy light? Heavy. Ibrahima. Now let me ask, I'm going to ask number first. What's number? Singular. So now status here? Nasab. Good. Well, now here's the thing. Wait a minute. What did I write on your papers? No, it should be nasab or jar. Yeah, nasab or jar. It's a partly flexible word. Partly flexible words, let me ask you, do they get jar?
No.
Partly flexible words do not get jar. Ibrahima, right? Millata Ibrahim, the path of Ibrahim. But Allah says Millata Ibrahima. But it's actually in the place of jar because it's a mudaf ilayh. So you don't know whether or not this is nasab or if it is jar. Inna Ibrahima kana ummatan qanitan lillahi hanifa. Inna is a harf nasab. Ibrahim is still nasab. Fi is a harf jar, but Ibrahim still stays nasab, but it's in the place of jar.
But without context, would you still?
Now here's the thing. Here, when you're looking at it, you don't know whether it's nasab or if it's jar. This is why a specific name and a specific name's flexibility is what? Partly.
That's like the status. I was thinking it's Rafa.
No, it would be if it was rafa. No.
Just a name.
No. Rafa does not go back to the ism. Rafa goes back to the grammatical status. So the Rafa would be at the end if it's u or un on a singular. So here the only answer for if it was Rafa would be u.
If it can be Ibrahim also?
Yeah, of course. It could be, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Number, what did we say about number for Ibrahim? Singular. Flexibility, partly flexible. Because it is a, why is it partly? Huh? Non-Arab name. Heavy light? Light. Okay. Maryamu. Status is Rafa. Yes. Light because it can't be heavy. It's a what did we say about partly flexible words? No alif lam and it can never have tanween. Those are the two ground rules about partly flexible words. Ibrahim is what? A partly flexible word. That's why. Nope, no tanween, no alif lam ever.
Even if it was Ibrahim, it would still be light.
If it was Ibrahim, yeah, it would still be light because it pertains to tanween. Tanween makes what? Heavier light. Tanween makes heavy. How do I make it light? Remove the tanween. Now by default, if it's partly flexible now, what do we say it does not get? It does not get tanween. So by default, something does not have tanween, it's going to be considered light. Remember, for heavy and light, what's the first thing I told you guys? Don't overthink the section. It's as simple as it is. If there's something on top, which is tanween, it's heavy. If there isn't, it's light. I didn't say for you to know why right away, remember. We learned flexibility to understand why. But when something is heavy, you don't have to understand right away why it's heavy or light. You can think about that later. But here, you don't know what makes it heavy or light except the fact that it's a partly flexible ism. That's what it is. For example, a hadith, right? What's a common, for example, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. How does a hadith begin? An Aisha ta radiallahu anha. Aisha ta. Why is it nasab or jab? It's not rafa, or rather it's not jab. But an is what? A harf? Jab. But it's not going to make jar because it is a partly flexible ism. Because it's a partly flexible, well, because it's a proper name, it's a partly flexible ism. An Abi Hurayra ta. An Hudhayfa ta. Okay. Maryam. Number? Singular. Status?
Partly flexible.
No, status. What is your name? Bangladesh. Okay. Status. Rafa. Okay. Flexibility? Partly. Heavy and light? Light. Very good. Everyone understand this? Okay. This is not about understanding. This is about common sense. Right? Nafsun means individual. Yawmun, day. Okay? Iqabun, chastisement. Consider this your iqab for not writing iqab. Al-Rahmanu. Some people wrote like mercy. No, that's not what it means. It means the even if you wrote the most merciful, which I told you not to do, I gave people points. I said either perpetually merciful or the eternally merciful. Okay, but whatever. Yes?
I wasn't here when you said that. Can I get full points?
Can you get full points?
Yeah, because I wasn't here when you said that.
You'd be a really bad businessman, man. That's a bad deal. I know for both of you guys told me, so what I'll do is for the vocab section, for both of you, since you came late, I'll discount it from here, and then whatever points you get on the next vocab section, I'll add it onto that. Because everyone else was here, everyone else got the emails, so that's that. Okay, Assalamu, source of peace, the most peaceful, whatever, something about peace. If you just wrote peace, I don't know if I counted that, I don't remember. Right. Qareeb, near, at-tawabu, the acceptor of repentance, or the one that gives repentance, something to do with repentance, but not repentance. If you wrote repentance, you got it wrong. Repentance is what? Tawbah, not at-tawab. And you know, you may think about it, if it has something to do with it, I was like, well, if you call a chef a cake. Okay? But it's cake. It's a guy, cake guy, right? I was like, no, he's a chef. He makes the cake. Right? And he's like, oh, that's pizza. Like, no, it's a specific context. Nuhurun, rivers.
This one I got confused with the morning. So because you know Nahar is morning, I think.
Yeah.
Springs.
Springs are different. Springs are oyun. I never used the.
Remember you-
I didn't say springs.
Yes, you did. And anybody
Did anyone remember me saying springs? No, I never use springs. Springs are
Because
nuhur.
you said on the vocab sheet, make sure you write springs with an S. No, because I wrote it in.
I think you give an example with S, how you write or something.
Yeah, I didn't say springs. It was reverse. Reverse.
Rivers with an S.
Yes, I may have used an example. I would never ever translate that. Yeah. If I did, then I'm not teaching this class anymore. Okay, alimun, painful, right? The meaning was painful. Someone wrote like happiness or something like that, right? Hisabun, accountability. I don't understand why that one was hard as well. Ajrun is a reward. You know what ajrun is? When someone works and they've agreed to work and you pay them for their work, that's called their ajr, their salary. Al-Basiru, the all-seeing. Karimun, generous.
Oh my god, man, I was so close.
Yeah. Shimalun, left or left hand. I took either or. What'd you write?
Nothing.
Okay. Shimalun.
What is Shimalun?
Sorry, Shimalun is left or left hand. Al-Awwali, the first or the beginning. I took either. Someone wrote begin. Right? Ba'idun, far. Rabbun, Lord. Narun, fire. Yaminun, the right or right hand. Ruhun, soul or, I took another one. Soul or spirit. Yeah.
For Hisab, I said the judgment because day of judgment, you know.
I thought about that. So what I thought about is this: when someone takes accountability, let's say there's an accounting happening, right? And let's say $100 of something has been sold. You're counting, you're taking hisab. Are you judging what's happening with that money at that moment? You're not, because hisab happens before judgment, which is judgment would be al-qada, the verdict, right? I thought about that. So, it gets philosophical, obviously. But again, the Quran has a word for it. Yes?
For Rush, I put when then you guys
You did?
Yeah.
Ruh, read.
Yeah, it's too.
88, 87. Oh, by the way, so I'm really generous when it comes to grading. You know why I say that? Because I on purpose don't give like a full even like 80, 70 questions so that the decimal works always for you. So for example, if you got a 75.6, I bring it up to a 77. I don't have a problem with that. Okay.
77.
So like if you got a 76.6, I'll bring it up to a 77.
You said 75.
Did I say so if it's 75.6, I'll bring it up to a 76. Yep. Alrighty. Good stuff. Let's go over the homework from yesterday. How was that? How was the homework? Really? Okay, good.
I thought there were more than 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
There are 10 harf jars and 10 mudaf mudaf ilayhs. Okay.
It's raining.
Hey, Uzair, could you do me a favor? Could you open this window? Just the blinds? Yeah. No, just like pull the thing up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know how to do that too.
Okay. So let's look. Okay.
I know.
Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Leave it.
I opened the blind.
Okay. All right.
That's what happened in the previous class.
All right.
I opened the blinds.
He did it. That's all. I didn't tell him how to open it. I didn't tell him not to break it or break it. It's open. All right. There's a job. You know what I say? It's the blind's fault. What type of blinds does the masjid buy? You can't open the blind. There you go. Okay. فجعلناها نكالا لما بين يديها وما خلفها وموعظة للمتقين. So let's first try to find all the harf jar constructions. Okay? Anything here? بين what? No, I want to find harf jar. Harf jar constructions first. So okay, so I'll write بين يديها. So okay, what is بين يديها? So first one is what? Here.
There are two of them.
Good, very good. What's the first one?
بين يدي.
بين يدي is the first construction, right? And then what else?
بين يديها.
يديها is the second construction. And both of these are what? مضاف مضاف إليه, right? Anything else?
Can you explain why is that?
Sure. بين, not لما بين يديها. نكالا لما, hold on. So we said what is Baina? Baina is part of what category of words? No. Harf jar is not, Baina is not part of harf jar.
This is the time.
Good. Adverb of time and place. Guys, I've been saying this over and over again. You have to read the notes. All right. I am up every single night till 2 or 3 in the morning getting these things ready for you guys. All right. So please do me a favor and do this. Okay. So please just recognize that I'm putting in an effort to get this out to you. As I said in this class, you need to review whatever I send out to you. If you're not, then better not to come to class. Again, this is a 10-day intensive course. You need to be able to get out of it as much as you can. So all this that I'm doing it on the basis that you're reviewing the notes. And all you're doing is reading, right? Reading, that's all. That's all. So Baina is part of what group of words that we learned yesterday? Adverbs of time and place. And we said, what about adverbs of time and place? They fall under what group of words usually that we learned in mudaf or mudaf ilayh? They fall under mudaf, right? Bayna, khalfa, inda. They all fall under mudaf, mudaf ilayh. So whatever comes after them is what? Mudaf ilayh. So bayna yaday, right? But then yadayha. Yadayha. I said what? This is also going to be mudaf, mudaf ilayh because when an attached pronoun comes on an ism, it is considered a mudaf, mudaf ilayh construction. So those are those two. Those are those two. Are you guys clear with that? If you're not, I can explain it more.
What's the meaning here?
بين يديها. Well, what's the verse? فجعلناها نكالا لما بين يديها وما خلفها موعظة للمتقين. Well, the ha is in reference to something feminine, so I don't know what it is because I took the verse just from wherever, but it means in front of her or in front of that feminine thing. Okay, anything else? Good. خلفها. خلفها is mudaf, mudaf ilay. Why?
Because of the attached pronoun.
Good. Attached pronoun to a ism. Khalfa is a ism. وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Anything else here? Where? Nope, not maw'idah. Maw'idah is not.
للمتقين is harf jar.
Good. لِلْمُتَّقِينَ harf jar and that thing which is being made jar. Any questions about this ayah? Li. Li, yeah.
What about the Lamoyes? It's not showing anything?
But why would, well, here's the thing. Maw'idah, this is actually something called Jumla Ismiya. We haven't gone over it yet. Maw'idatan. If it was Maw'idat al-Muttaqeen, it would be a different story. But there is no alif, and it's if it was Well, no. Think about this. This is heavy. What's a mudaf supposed to be? Light. So automatically we say, nope, this isn't going to work. But look, I said also find something jar, and I said if something before it is light, then it's a mudaf ilay. But this thing before it is what? Heavy. Yeah. So how many do we find here? 1, 2, 3. 3 what constructions? Mudaf ilay. 3. Right? So we found 3 mudaf. I'm sorry, 3 idafa. And 1 what? Harf jar. وقطعناهم في الأرض أمما منهم الصالحون ومنهم دون ذلك وبلوناهم بالحسنات والسيئات لعلهم يرجعون. في الأرض is harf jar. Good.
Minhum is also
Minhum is what?
but this is not minhum, this is manhum is something else.
No, this is minhum actually. So you see the shadda?
Well, actually, I see Patan here.
Yeah, so this is another way of writing in Arabic that they put the kasra underneath the shadda instead of the letter. Yeah, minhum. So minhum is what? Harf jar. Good. Minhum as-salihuna wa minhum duna dhalik. Anything else? Minhum. What is minhum? Duna dhalik. Anything else? Did anyone get this one?
Duna is the time.
Yep. And anything after it is what? Mudaf ilay. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make all this yellow. وَبَلَوْنَاهُمْ بِالْحَسَنَاتِ. Anything?
I'm sorry, can you repeat what was that?
This is mudaf ilay. Because of duna. Right? Dhalika is a pointing word. So what, but at the same time, if it's not an fi'l, so dhalika is still considered ism. We're still studying ism. So it's an ism after duna. So it's a mudaf ilay construction. What's bil hasanati? Harf jar, good.
What's below nahum?
Balawnahum is a verb, that's why I didn't. Anything red was a verb basically. Now this, I left was sayyati is green because I didn't think you would get it, but it's actually harf jar. It's being affected by the harf jar as well. So this is also technically part of it, but you don't see it. But bil hasanati wa bil sayyati. You see that? Bil hasanat and wa balawnahum, and we tested them bil hasanati with good deeds, was sayyati and bad deeds, right? With good deeds and with bad deeds. Right? لعلهم يرجعون. No, لعلهم is not harf jar. لعل is harf nasab. We haven't gone over it yet. No. Sure. لعلهم يرجعون. Okay.
We don't count it right now.
It is counted as noun, but it's harf nasab. Harf nasab and harf jar are two completely different things. They have different applications. Yep. وَلَا تَدْعُ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ. Anything here?
But it's a verb.
Say that again?
It's a verb, right?
تدعو is very good. What is ma'allah? Mudaf ilay. What is ma'a? Harf jar. Actually, you know what's interesting? This one is both.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's
This one can be either or. Ma'a is harf jar, and ma'a is also an adverb of time and place. With Allah, right? Ma'allah. Yep. La ilaha illahu. Anything? No. Kullu shay'in halikun illa wajhahu. Anything here?
kullu shay'in.
Good. Kullu shay'in is what? Illa wajhahu. Anything?
What about halika before that?
What about it? Halikun, yeah. Halikun, anything? Halik means destroying, the one who destroys. So you know what Allah is saying here? وَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ. Do not invoke nor call upon مع Allah, with Allah, إِلَهًا آخَرَ, another ilah. La ilaha illahu, no other deity is worthy of worship, illahu, except him. Kullu shay'in means what? Everything, literally, every single. Kullu shay'in doesn't actually, it actually means every single thing. Right? Because what? Kullu means everything, shay'in means a thing, so everything. Right? Halikun is this being destroyed. It doesn't, it's interesting, right? It's being, Allah isn't saying that it will be destroyed, He's saying halikun. He didn't say halaka, he didn't say yahluku. He's saying halikun, it's being destroyed. Presently being destroyed, right now being destroyed. Right? Because think about it, every single thing or every single person yesterday is not as new or does not have a lifetime more today than it did yesterday. So go back to mudaf, mudaf ilay and the rest. Anything else here? Wajhahu, his face. So everything is being destroyed except his face. It's not really saying Allah's face is the only thing that's going to be left. It's saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only thing that's going to be left. As you know, the face is the honorable portion of a being.
So this is attached pronoun.
Attached pronoun. Wajhahu, his face. Lahul hukmu wa ilayhi turja'un. Lahul hukmu, nope. Lahu is, what's lahu?
This is also attached pronoun.
Very good. Attached pronoun to la, to him. Lahu.
Sorry. What is lahu again?
Which one?
What is lahu again?
Lahu means to him.
So is it a...
So it's either or. It's mudaf, mudaf ilay, and it's harf jar. Yeah. Because we're dealing with the harf jar, and we're dealing with an attached pronoun, or attached pronoun to an ism. Actually, no. You know what? I take that back. This is harf jar. I take that back. You know why? Because it's supposed to be attached pronoun attached to an ism. And la, I said, is a harf jar, and we said by default a harf cannot be a ism, and an ism cannot be a harf. Lahu al-hukmu wa ilayhi turja'un. Anything here? Ilayhi is what? Mudaf, mudaf ilay? No, ilayhi is harf jar. Okay.
And
yes.
What was wajhahu?
Wajhahu is his face.
That was attached pronoun.
Attached pronoun to ism. Wajhun means face. Hu means his. Wajhahu, his face. I think we need to do more practice with the attached pronouns. So we'll try to do some today. Wajhahu lahul hukmu wa ilayhi turja'un. Qul ayyu shay'in akbaru shahadatan. Anything here? What is that? How is it mudaf? What's the first thing you have to do when looking for mudaf, mudaf ilayh? No, what's the first thing you have to do when looking for mudaf, mudaf ilayh? Look for what? Something jar. That's not jar though, shahadatan. So it can't be. Let me see something real quick. I don't know if I added this. Ah, that's why. Guys, mudaf is supposed to be what? Heavy or light? Light, right? It's supposed to be light. Akbar is a different word which I have not gone over with you. Akbar is a comparative or a superlative. It's a specific type of word. And this type of word is considered partly flexible. Okay? Now, I'm not going to explain this. This is going to be too much. It's another lesson, so don't worry about this one. Anything else?
There's nothing in the first line.
There is. You're missing it.
Baini.
Okay, Baini, that's good. That's what? Good. No, it's not harf jar. That is an adverb. Baina is an adverb of time and place. Baini, between me, wa bainakum.
Adverb and mudaf.
Bainakum is also what? Adverb of time and place.
Would Benakum also be the attached pronoun or is it like
Baina, kum is the attached pronoun. Here, kum is the attached pronoun.
Would AU in the first line be adverb?
Yep, I was waiting for someone to say that. Air 5. If you guys forgot this one. Ayyu shay'in, anything. Kullu shay'in, everything. Ayyu shay'in, anything. Mudaf and mudaf ilay. Ayyu is what? Adverb of time and place. Qul ayyu shay'in akbaru shahadatan. Say, is there anything greater in shahada, in testimony? Referring to something else. Qul Allah. Yes, say Allah. Shahidun, a witness between me, bayni wa baynakum, and between you all. Wa uhiya, and it was revealed, ilayya, to me, hadha al-Qur'anu, this Qur'an, li'unzirakum, so that I warn you all, bihi, with it, wa man, and whosoever, balagha, has received, or it has reached. Innakum, indeed are all of you, latashhaduna, will all of you testify, anna ma'allahi alihatan ukhra, that indeed there is with Allah another being worthy of worship. Qul la ashhadu, say I will not testify. Qul, say innama, indeed huwa, he, ilahun, is a entity worthy of worship, wahidun, which is one, wa innani, and indeed for sure I am, bari'un, free, min ma, from what, tushrikuna, what you all do shirk with. Let's go back to what we were looking for. Anything else left in here? Harf jar or? Good, ilayya. Ilayya is what? Good. I know you guessed that one, but you got it right.
How the Quran is
No. What is Quran? Al-Quranu is Rafa. Bihi is what? Harf jar. Anything else?
Ma'allahi?
Good. Ma'allahi is what? It's both, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? That,
Wa'inni? Could you do wa'inni?
nah, it needs not. It needs harf nasab. Ilahun. What is ilahun? Nope. Ilahun is one ism. Can an attached pronoun be heavy? It can't be. Right? It's either ka, kuma, kum. Okay. Was this helpful?
Yes.
Sure, take a break. Take a break.
What page did you say?
107. The description of like the bata kaf lama for half jar.
Yeah, you have that example.
Are you sure? It's not in the notes? I thought I copied it. No.
It's going to be a copy of 15.
Yeah, I guess I got missed out of the clipboard. Okay. Got it. All right. Where did my notes go today? You all right?
It's a cough, my friend. It's a cough.
So what is this? My Father's Day. And Mother's Day.
So now what we're going to go over is we had gone over what initially? We went over mudaf and mudaf ilay, right? So today we're going to go over a new compound construction. And the new compound construction is called the new compound construction, as I open this thing up, as the chapter says, is called what? The adjectival compound. Also known as Mawsuf Sifa. Okay? Mawsuf Sifa.
I hate you so much.
So Mawsuf Sifa, as we go over today, has some key ways of identifying, which are in your notes. And that is that the adjectival compound is identified when two isms have the same status, number, gender, type, in a sentence. Two or more isms have the same status, number, gender, type in an ism. There are two parts to an adjectival compound. The first part is called the mawsuf, and that is the thing being described. That is the thing being described. And number two is the sifa, the description or attribute. Description or the attribute. So for example, which one of these would be considered the mawsuf? And the mawsuf is, what do we call it? The thing being described, right? The thing being described. And the sifa is the description, right? So green car, what's the thing being described here? Car is being described. So car would be what? The mawsuf. So what color should I make it? Blue. Do you see this? This is pink. Alright, that's great. What's being described?
The car.
What's being described as the car? What's the description?
Green.
Okay. What's being described here? Jacket. What's the description?
Red.
Good. How about here? Boy's being described, right? How about what's the description? Good. How about here? Mawsuf. Tall, sifa. Cat, mawsuf. Fast, sifa. Player, mawsuf. Bad is sifa. Right? Now, maybe too many of these out. Oh, here's what I'm looking for. If it's not here, then I'm just going to go directly to my... Yeah, alright. I'm going to open it up from here. Okay. You guys understood this, right? What's going on? What do they have? What's happening here? Something is being described. Okay. Now, I'm gonna write some Arabic terms out. Al. Let's see something here. I'm going to take this word right here. Al-Qur'anu al-Azimu. That adhan is wrong. The sky is still like not dark. Okay. Yeah. Al-Qur'anu al-Azimu. What's the first thing you want to do here? Hold on. How to identify a mawsuf, sifa, construction. I like this font. I used to do graphic design, so how you do your fonts are very, very important. Okay? How to identify a mawsuf sifa construction. The first thing you want to do is look at the status of both words to see if they I'm going to rewrite this. See if the status matches in both isms. So let's see. Al-Qur'anu al-Azimu. Do the statuses match? Good. What's number 2? Good. See if the number matches in both isms. Al-Qur'anu, how many? Al-Azimu, how many? How do I know that? Because there's nothing else to show that there's dual or plural. So number matches. Number 3, see if the gender matches in both isms. Al-Qur'anu, masculine or feminine? Masculine. Why? There's nothing to show that it is feminine. Al-Azimu, masculine. Does this work? Yep. Number 4, see if the type matches in both isms. See if the type matches. Is this common or proper? Proper. Is this common or proper? Proper. So does it work? So in that case, when all 4 properties match, शादी कबूल है. Nope, not Bangladesh. Simple thing. It helps you understand it, right? Is that everything has to match. If it matches, it works. They can be opposites, doesn't matter. They're supposed to be complementary. They work. These 4 things work. Okay. Okay. So that works. So let's take a look at some other words. So now, let's take a look at this. So we did Al-Quran, right? So I'm not gonna include this. Al-Wilayatu al-Muttahidatu al-Amrikiyatu. This is very interesting. This is a very interesting concept in Arabic, which I'll show you now. So all 3 words. The first thing we have to do is what? Look for status. We have to look for status. So what's the status here? Al-Wilayat Muttahidatu al-Amrikatu. So status is the same. Gender? I'm sorry, number? Singular? No. Atu. Plural. Okay. Al-Muttahidatu. Let's see if you can get this.
But the word itself means plural.
Good. The word in meaning is plural. I'll go over this in a second. Status, so number. How about gender? Tu is feminine. Tu is feminine. Tu is feminine. Type. Proper here, al here, and al here. You know what this means? That's actually how you say it in Arabic. Al-Wilayat al-Muttahidat al-Amrikiyya. And then like all of their things are written like that. United States of America. Let me do another one.
So the middle word was an exception. Rule.
The middle word is an exception, but in meaning it's only used for feminine. Sorry, for plural words. Like al-amkina. Al-amkina is means places. Al-amkina al-muttahida, the United Places. There are some exceptions. So this is one of them. I wouldn't use this as a regular example. Okay, now here's one. Rajulun rahimun salimun karimun. This is one sentence. Rajulun rahimun salimun karimun. What does rajulun mean? Man. Okay. What does rahimun mean? Let's say merciful. What does salimun mean? Healthy. Karimun means generous. Rajulun, common, proper, status, number, gender. Rafa. So good. Rahimun, Rafa. I'm sorry. Rajulun, Rafa. Rahimun, Rafa. Salimun, Karimun, Rafa. Good. What's the subject? The man is the subject. Number. What's this one? Singular. Good. Karimun. Singular. Gender. Masculine. Type. So what's the subject again? So how would I write this properly?
The man is.
No. A merciful, healthy, generous man. They're descriptions. That's what it is. Mawsuf Sifa is a study of description, not of sentence.
Why would you not Why would you not say man first?
Because they're descriptions. You want to put the thing which you're describing later, because you're describing something, right? Red jacket. You're not now. If I say the jacket is red, that's considered a complete sentence. Are we studying sentences or are we studying compounds? Compounds. Compounds are not sentences. They're not sentences. They are words that come together to produce meaning.
What is the sifa? What is the sifa?
The sifa? Well, this is going to be, so the man is being described by context, right? The man is being described. Everything else is a sifa. 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 Now here's this one. Ar-rajulu. Now you guys don't know this yet. This means what? The man. Rahimun is merciful, healthy, and generous. Ar-rajulu ar-rahimu as-salimu al-karimu. Let's do this. Ar-rajulu, Rafa. Rahimu, ar-rahimu, as-salimu, al-karimu. Number. Gender. Type. Very good. Now, what's different from this that this has? So this is a merciful, healthy, generous man. So this is the merciful, generous man. the merciful, generous man. So speaking about this a little bit more, I'm going to do a couple more examples to help clear this up. Let's add some more stuff here. Mawsuf Sifa is a study of constructions and not what? Complete sentences, aka Jumla Ismiya, which we will go over later. All you are doing is describing, but again, not as a complete sentence. Just have to remember that. You are describing, but not as a complete sentence. So I'm giving you guys this now. I'm going to go over some examples and we can go to Salah. So the first thing you want to do, how to find a Mawsuf Sifa construction. This is really important to know. Number one, just as you identified what first in a mudaf ilay, you identified the mudaf ilay. Here you need to find the Mawsuf, which is the thing being described, right? First find out what is it that we're going to describe. Number two is identify the sifa. Not the sifa, but the possible sifa. Identify the possible sifa. Number three, see if the SNGT matches up. What's SNGT? Do you know? Status, number, gender, type. And if it does, you have a Mawsuf Sifa construction. Then you have a Mawsuf Sifa construction. Now to add. Mawsuf Sifa can happen between any status, any number, any gender, and any type. But they must match up. I'm sorry, but all four must match up. If you have only 3 of them, it is not enough. If you have only 2 of them, it's not enough. If you have only 1 of them, it is not enough. Not enough. Ah, fun stuff. It's time for Salah, right? Let's go.
No, I never.
No.
Salah break. Vocab sheet number 5, page 86. Allah is Al-Ahadu. Al-Ahadu. The one who is Ilahun, entity worthy of worship. Again, entity, not God, entity worthy of worship. Without a sharik, a partner. For the last two words, the plurals were aliha and shuraka'un. Having belief in him requires believing in that which is in the ghaibun, the unseen. Every son of Adam made a mithaq, covenant, with Allah, where he promised to worship Allah alone. He sends rain from fawqa, from above. Or rather, it should be fawqun technically. He sends rain from fawqun, us, above us, to water crops which will provide food, or rather produce food. That same rain penetrates tahtun, underneath the soil, and reaches the seed. Ba'dun, it is nourished. After it is nourished, ma'a, the soil and water. The seed sprouts wara'un. The seed sprouts beyond the soil, or above, no, not above, beyond the soil.
Sorry, can you back up just a minute?
Sure.
What was Ma'a?
Ma'a is with. Yeah. Nourished with the soil and water.
What was Ba'da?
Ba'da is after.
Isn't Ma'as on her one?
And Wara'a?
Wara'a is beyond. Yeah, beyond. Kullu, plant, every plant produces fresh food to be eaten, but of course there will be ba'du, bad ones. There will be some bad ones. There will be some bad ones which we will not be able to eat. Ladun, those which were eaten by animals, especially those that were eaten by animals. Okay. Nonetheless, baina, the good and bad seeds, between the good and bad seeds, you can eat much more from any of the good seeds. And then on page 88, I have all the translations for you. Let's talk about the exam.
Is it tomorrow or Tuesday?
Tuesday. Exam 2 details. Exam 2 will cover gender, type, independent pronouns, attached pronouns, possessive compounds, half-jar compounds, and vocab sheets. We did 5 today. So 5, 4. Did we do 3? So what's the day today? Today is Monday. Sunday, sorry. So Friday there was no class, right? Saturday and today. So okay, so vocab sheets 4, 5. Tomorrow's 6. 4, 5, 6. Okay. This means read the book whatever falls under gender. How do you tell gender? I will test you on. How do you tell type? I will test you on. Right? So for example, I'll give you, for type, I'll give you a word, let's say, I don't know, Muhammadan, right? I'll give you a word, Muhammadan. And I'll ask you if it's common or proper. If you say it's common, it's common. If you say it's proper, I'll have 7 multiple choice questions underneath proper. And I want you to circle whichever one is the reason it is proper. So if it's proper because of alif lam, you'll circle alif lam. If it's proper because of ya of munada, you'll circle ya of munada. Harf jar. Possessive compounds will be, what do you call it? It'll be multiple choice. Possessive will be multiple choice. Harf jar will be multiple choice, I believe. Now, independent pronouns will be multiple choice. And then attached pronouns, they will be multiple choice as well. But what I will ask you to do is to identify the attached pronoun and translate it, well, and circle the translated part of it. So for example, if I give you siyaratuha, siyara means car. I want you to tell me what siyaratuha means, and I'll give you 4 choices. Her car, his car, your car, their car. And you have to circle whichever one is the correct one. Again, exams are all, I keep them generally multiple choice. And I may or may not include a Quran section. I don't know yet. I may or may not include a Quran section. All right. Any questions so far? Let's go and continue the Mawsuf Sifa. What page was it? Page 107. Yeah, sorry. Possessive compound. What is mudaf ilayhi? Yeah.
So even the attached pronoun?
Yep, we mentioned attached pronouns, right?
No. In relation with mudaf and mudaf.
In relation to mudaf ilayhi, will attached pronouns be on the exam?
That's a bit confusing for me.
Attached pronouns we'll do more practice, inshallah. We'll do more practice. I'll keep it on the exam, and I'll be sure to do more practice. If not today, then tomorrow.
If you decide to do a Quran section, can you tell us?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll tell you. You need to be on the email list. You're not getting the emails at all?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? Okay.
I mean, I got the notes that you sent me, but the homework I didn't get.
Okay. N-O-O.
R-A.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's yours? Abdullah. No, it's not here, but I'm just asking.
Yeah.
What's your email?
BMW.
BMW
Yeah, exactly.
07?
The BMWs are BMWs capital.
Doesn't make a difference.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
07?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're added now. Done.
So in the exams, would we have something which we have for homework today?
I'm sorry?
In the exams, would we have something which we have for homework today? Similar things? Like you give
I mean, the only similarities would be if I had a Quran section. That's what we did, right?
that's what I did.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to. I'm sorry? Oh, they're talking to me. Okay. So again, let's go back to Mawsuf Sifa, page number 112. Page number 112. Raise your hand to tell me the Mawsuf and the Sifa here. Yes.
Mawsuf is kitab
Mawsuf is kitab.
and Sifa is mubin.
Sifa is mubin. Do all four characteristics match? Status, number, gender, type?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone disagree? No. Okay. Raise your hand to do this one. Abdullah.
Mawsuf.
Mawsuf is?
Kalima.
Al-Kalima. And Sifa?
Sifa is al-Kalima.
Okay. Now, do all four match? Status, number, gender, type?
Yes.
Okay. And is anyone in disagreement? Okay. Who wants to try this one? Yeah.
This is not right because the other one is proper and the first one is common.
Okay, good. Is there any other reason this could not match?
I guess the status is also different.
Status is also different, right? And for this to be a Mawsuf Sifa, what was supposed to match?
All status.
All four properties. So let's go through it. Shahidu, what's the status?
Yes.
No, the Shahidu status. Shahidu. Rafa. An-Nuri
It's jet.
is jar. So automatically there's one reason we cannot consider it to be what? Mawsuf Sifa. Okay, how about number? Shahidu, singular. An-Nuri, also singular. Okay. How about gender? Shahidu, masculine. An-Nuri, no, well, why would An-Nuri be feminine? Right? If it was feminine, it would be Nura. Right? Nura. Status, number, gender, okay, and type. Shahidu is common, and An-Nuri is proper. You know what this actually is? What type of compound is this? Look at it. It's alif, lam, and ja, and before it is something light. Very good. How would I make this into something proper? I'm sorry, how would I make this into something Mawsuf Sifa? Ash-Shahidu. How would I make this into Mawsuf Sifa? Good. Ash-Shahidu an-Nuru, or Ash-Shahidi an-Nuri, or Ash-Shahida an-Nura. An-Nura. I actually had this conversation with someone. I had a friend who, so he asked me, hey, should I name my daughter Nur or Nura? I said, well, technically Nura is the right way to say it. If you want to if you want to follow Arabic grammar. He goes, okay, I named her Nur. I'm like, but that's not the proper Arabic. Because, you know, there are women named Nur out there. But I'm like, okay, but that's not the proper Arabic way. He's like, no, it's good enough. I said, okay, whatever floats your boat. Masjidi al-Harami. Who wants to try this one? Asif.
Masjidi. So Masjidi is
Status?
status is yeah.
Okay. Al-Harami status?
Rami is again yeah.
Okay. Number? Masjidi?
Masjidi has to be 1.
Okay. Al-Harami?
Rami also
1. Gender? Masjidi?
masculine.
Okay. Is it masculine with confidence or masculine without your confidence?
Without confidence.
Why would you think it would be anything besides that? How's that possible?
Masjidi.
Let me ask you. Feminine words are feminine, right? If they have to have a reason to be feminine. Is there a reason for this to be feminine? Is there a ta marbuta on this?
No.
Okay. Is there an alif maqsura on this? Is there an alif mamduda on this? Is this a specific word for women? No. Is this a specific assumed feminine word? No. None of those. So it's going to be considered what? Masculine. Good. Feminine, masculine, al-harami?
Yeah, again, same, masculine.
Good. Are you saying with confidence this time?
Yes.
Okay, good. Masculine, masculine. Type masjidi?
Masjidi, as common.
Good. Al-harami?
Proper.
Good. Yep.
So it doesn't match.
Yeah. Why is al-harami proper?
Al.
Good. Because of al. Very good. Let's try this one. Someone not named Abdullah. Or Uzair. Gotcha.
Alright,
Dambani, Rafa or Nasab Jab?
Job.
Kabirani?
Job.
They're both Jab.
Yep.
Why are they Jab?
They both have vessels.
Well, let me ask you. Is this, what's the number of this?
Dual.
Dual. Very good. So they're both dual. Now, what's the status of them? Hmm? How do you define this? How do you define their status if it's dual? How do you define the status for something singular?
Give me 1 second.
No, stop. Leave it. How do you define the status of something singular? Un, an, in, or u, a, i, right? How about the status for something dual? Ani or Ani. Is this one of those?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Ani. So what's the status for Ani? Rafa.
Okay.
Rafa. Ani is Rafa. Guys, day 6, day 7 of course is coming. Alright? You can't, again, you have to get this right. Ani and Ani is dual. Ani and Ani is dual. Ani and Ani is dual. Okay? Ani and Ani is dual. Ani is Rafa, Ani is Nasab or Jar. Ani is Rafa, Ani is Nasab or Jar. You have to get this down. No point in me continuing if you're not getting it down. If it's difficult for you, put it on a little flashcard and keep it in front of you. Un, an, in, ani, aini, una, ina. Dhambani. Status? Shifa? Kabirani. Status? Okay, number, Dhambani? Good. Kabirani? Dual. Good. Status, gender, Dhambani? Good. Kabirani? Good. Type, Dhambani? Common. Kabirani? Common. Good. Try this one. Al-Qawmu al-Fasiqina. Status of Al-Qawmu? Rafa? Singular? Dual? Nasab? Jar? What is it? Al-Qawmu. Singular. Okay. But I asked you the status. Rafa, Nasab or Jar? Good. Why Rafa? Because of? Okay, good. Al-Fasiqina, status? Huh? I can't hear you. Al-Fasiqina? What's Ina?
Is Nasab.
Nasab? Just Nasab?
No, it's both of them.
Okay.
Nasab and Jar.
Okay, so if you hear the sound Ina, it is what?
It can be both.
It can be? Which one? Don't tell me both. Tell me what exactly
It
can
could
it
be Nasab or Jar.
be? It can be Nasab or Jar. Ina can be what?
Nasab or Jar.
Okay, good. So that's the status. Number al-Qawmu. So I'll give you al-Qawmu. Al-Qawmu, though it looks singular, is actually plural, and we'll go over why. How about al-Fasiqina? Plural. So okay, so far, so the status does not match, but the number does match. Gender, al-Qawmu,
Masculine.
Al-fasiqina?
Masculine.
Okay. Why masculine?
Because there's no feminine head.
Okay. Good. And type?
Proper.
Proper and proper. Why is it proper?
The alif.
Alif lam on both. Very good. There's 3 words in the Arabic language. It's in your notes for Mawsuf Sifa. Qawmun, Nasun, and Qarnun. Qawm refers to a people. Nas refers to people as well. But Nas is more general to mankind. And Nas is actually mankind. Qawm is people. Qarnun is generation. So if you think about it, Qarn includes a lot of people. Qawm includes a lot of people. And what else includes a lot of people? Nas. So they're considered plurals. It's 3 words. It's on your Mawsuf Sifa page in your book. Okay, good job. From brothers, who wants to try this one? Abdullah? Allahu is status?
Rafa.
Rafa. Wahidun?
Rafa.
Rafa. Number of Allah?
1. Single.
Singular. If you had gotten that wrong, we would have an Aqidah problem. Right? Okay, good. Wahidun?
1.
1. Gender of Allah?
Masculine.
Masculine. Allah technically has no gender, but the word itself has a gender. Masculine. Wahidun?
Masculine.
Good. Type? Allah? Think very carefully.
It's proper.
Good. Wahidun?
Common.
Exactly. Is this Mawsuf Sifa?
No.
No. Very, very good. This is not Nasab Jar. This is Jumla Ismiya, which we have not gone over yet.
This complete sentence.
Yeah, Allah is one, is how you say. Not one Allah. Allah is one. Rabbun Ghafurun. Actually, yeah. This would work if it was Allahul Wahidu. Yes.
Oh, what is the next one?
Relax, cowboy. Alright. Rabbun Ghafurun. Let's try. Farhan. You make yourself. Yeah, you make yourself stand out. Rabbun Ghafurun. Rabbun status. So this is one of those classes where I realize I need to be tougher on you guys.
Rabba is Nasr.
Okay, Asif, don't tell him. Okay. Ghafurun.
Nasr
Why is it nasab?
is Un.
So un makes nasab?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
100%.
You're wrong, 100%. You don't listen to Shaitan when he talks to you, bro.
You told me the wrong answer.
And look, he's on your left side too, so
No, I thought you were trying to trick me. Like, was it a confident yes or no?
No. And you were saying it with confidence.
I know.
Yeah. What is Rafa? What is Nasab? What is Jar? Asif, don't tell him.
Good. Rabban
Is what?
Rafa.
Why? Who's there? Why? What makes Rafa?
Un and Un.
Not un and un. U or un.
Oh,
U or un. What makes Nasab?
Un.
And? No, just remember, whatever your double sound is, take one of those off. So u or un. A or an. Right? And then what's jar?
Jar is E or N is the singular and
What's the plural?
the same as Nasr.
What is the plural? Do you know?
Un.
No. For plural, what is the nasab or the jar? Ina.
Ina.
And how about for dual?
I think.
No, for dual. Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Then
Musliman.
Muslimani, and then
Muslimani.
yeah, Aini. That's dual. And then Muslim for plural.
Muslimatain.
Una.
Oh.
Muslimuna. Right. Muslim. Muna. Muslim. Mina. Look at the chart I sent you guys. So Rabbun, what's the status?
Rafa.
Okay. Ghafurun.
Rafa.
Very good. Number of Rabbun?
1.
Good. 1, right? Because there's nothing to show that it's it's either dual or plural. Abdullah, this way. Ghafurun?
Singular.
Okay, but what makes it singular?
There's nothing to show that's plural or dual.
No. What makes it singular? Is there an ani on it?
No.
Is there an ani on it?
No.
Is there an una on it?
No.
Is there an ina on it?
No.
Is there an atun on it?
No.
Is there an atin on it?
No.
No. So, singular.
Singular.
So, rafa, because of? Why is Rabbun rafa? I'm taking you
There's
back.
nothing to show that's
No. I'm asking, now I'm taking you back.
Oh.
Rabbun. Rafa nasab jar. Why is this rafa?
There's a sound.
What's the sound?
One.
Good. And ghafurun?
Rafa.
Okay, why? Because of? Un. Good. And now, that was rafa, nasab and jar. We understood those for what? Status. Now number, Rabbun.
Singular.
Why?
Because there's nothing to show that it's plural.
Huh?
There's nothing to show that it's plural.
There's nothing to show that it's plural. Very good. And ghafurun?
It's singular.
Okay, why? Remember the general rule I taught you what is if there's tanween, it's going to be singular.
Singular.
For the majority of the time, they're going to find something. So we got status, we got number. How about gender for Rabbun?
Male. Masculine.
Good. Why?
Because there's nothing to show that it's feminine.
Good. And ghafurun?
Masculine.
Masculine. Why?
Because there's nothing to show that it's feminine.
Very good. And now Rabbun, common or proper?
Proper.
Now what makes something proper? And what makes something common?
Alif lam.
Okay, so is there alif lam on this?
No, but it's the Lord though. Isn't that
Does it say dull word?
Lord?
Don't think about this. Don't think about this word from the meaning. Think about it from the grammar.
Well, then it's common.
Then it's common. Good. Ghafurun?
Common.
Common. Good. Why?
Because it's common.
Why is it common or proper?
Because there's no alif lam in it.
Okay, there's no alif lam, there's no ya of munada, it's not a proper name. So Rabbun is not a proper name. Rabbun is a description. Rabbun is a description. So is this Mawsuf Sifa?
No.
Why not?
Because in this one, right?
Which one? So status was what we said they're both what? And then number, they're both?
Singular.
Okay, and then gender, they're both?
Masculine.
And then type, they're both?
Common. Okay, then it is.
They are, right? Pretty good. Try this one.
No.
Yeah, you're good, don't worry. This is how you get through it.
Oh, Samawatin.
Samawatin wasi'atan. Be very careful for this one.
Alright, that's Nasab.
Okay, so samawatin. What's the status?
Nasab. Jar.
Good. Nasab or jar.
Right.
Very good. Wasi'atan.
Then is
Wasi'atan. The second word.
Wasi'atan is Rafa.
Think about tan. Tun tan tin.
Oh, it's Nasab Jar too.
No. Tun tan tin. Singular, dual, plural. Think about it. Wasi'atan. Rafa is going to be what? Un. Nasab is going to be an. Jar is going to be in. E or in. Okay? So let me ask. This is what in grammatical status? Wasi'atan. Tan we said is what? Nasab. Nasab. Wasi'a. Tan is going to be
Nasab.
nasab, right? Nasab. So samawatin is nasab or jar, and this one is nasab. We can technically say yes, or we can say no, because we say this is possibly nasab. So I'll say this is nasab. I'm not going to say it's jar. I'll say this is nasab, and we said what's the grammatical status of this? Nasab. Because of? Good. Because of tan. So samawatin wasi'atan is the status we went over. Now gender. Samawatin is what in gender?
That's a feminine.
Very good. Why?
Because of the ta.
Not the ta, because of the?
I mean,
Because of this right here. Why? What is this? Atin. Atin. So number is what?
is that number or gender?
Sorry, gender is what?
Feminine.
Feminine. Good. How about wasi'atan?
Feminine.
Why is wasi'atan feminine?
Download.
Good. Very good. Now I'm going to go to number. Okay. Samawatin, number. Singular, dual, or plural? Good. Why? Very good. And wasi'atan? It works. Okay. You remember al-wilayatul muttahidatul amrikiyya? I said there are some words that'll do what? They'll work on plural. So this is one of those. Okay. Status, number, gender, and type. Samawatin. What's the type? Common or proper?
Common.
Okay, why? No. Don't listen to the devil. Right? Tell me why.
Because talking about generals.
I gave you 7 reasons. You need to pick one of those 7.
It doesn't have something.
Good. It doesn't have any of those 7. Samawat, wasi'atan.
Same thing.
Same thing. What?
It doesn't have any of the 7 things.
Okay. So can this be a mawsuf sifa? Does it match in? So does it match in status?
Status was nasab, right? You said both of them.
Okay.
So gender was both were feminine.
Okay.
Number was both plural.
They were both plural. Okay.
And then type was they were both common.
That's good.
So there, yes.
There you go.
So we can conclusively say, right, it's nasab. First one.
I'll just say that it's nasab because it could be one of them. So I can also say they are not, but they are technically. Yeah.
So what's the singular of this? Wasi'atan?
Wasi'un.
Wasi.
Yeah.
There's no ta'amul.
This one is, but if the singular, it's weird because feminine descriptions can come on plurals. Feminine descriptions can come on feminine plurals even if they're singular, and they still give the meaning of plural. Again, exceptional thing. So now.
Is the type on Samawat common?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So homework, I'm making it page 112 and 113. Okay. 112 and 113. Page 112, the directions say the following. Identify which rule is missing from the construct, thereby making it not worthy of adjectival status, i.e. tell me from the status, number, gender, or type, which specific thing is missing. Is status missing? Is number missing? Is gender missing? Or is type missing? No, don't tell me now.
No, I'm saying I'm asking.
What's up?
Is there gonna, like, are all of them wrong?
Looks like it to me. Right, and then class will go over it. Alright, I'm gonna how does this look for homework?
Easy.
Whoa. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that. Oh.
You wanna go over it in class? I'll go over it in class with you guys right now. Spurs may be winning, but the question is if we are winning right now in our class. Let's work. So we know what we're going to do. We're going to look for mawsuf sifas. Bismillah. We're going to look for mawsuf sifas. Yasin wal Qur'an al Hakim innaka lamin al mursalin ala siratin mustaqim. Anything?
Yes.
Which one? Alright. Al-Qur'ani and Al-Hakimi. Why?
Because they both match in gender, status, number, and
Okay. This one. Okay. Now I'm going to go through each ayah and I'm going to go through every single one of you. Starting from here, one brother, one sister. Abdullah, innaka lamina al-mursaleen. Anything here?
Yes.
What? Yes, I know this is the verse. You just read the verse. Is there any mawsuf sifas in here? Innaka lamina. Okay, what is the no, this is not. Forget this. No. This is harf nasab with the pronoun, and this is something else. There's nothing here. Okay? Nura? Ala siratin mustaqim. Anything here? Why?
Because they match in status.
Does it match in status? What's the status for sirat?
Sirat
Mm-hmm.
is jar.
Okay, and mustaqim?
Is jar.
Okay. How about number for sirat? If your name's not Nura, don't answer. How about the number for us for sirat here?
Singular.
Good. Why?
Just to like plural.
You're on the right track. You're on the right track.
Athon.
There's no athon. There's no athin. Right? There's nothing there to show it. Mustaqim. Number of mustaqim.
Singular.
Good. So we're good with rafa, and we'll go to status, and we're good with number. Gender. Have a siratin.
Masculine.
Mustaqim.
Masculine.
Why?
Because there's nothing to show that it's feminine.
There's nothing to show that it's feminine. Very good. And type?
Both are common.
Good. Why?
Because there's not an alif lam.
Good. Very good. Asif? Tanzil al-Azizi? Or al-Azizi al-Rahimi? Is there anything in here? Tanzil al-Aziz. Okay. So let's go through this. What's the status of Tanzil?
Tanzil is going to be
Rafa, Nasab or Jar?
jar
Okay, why is Tanzil Jar?
because of the e.
Tanzila.
Tanzila, okay.
Rafa, Nasab or Jar?
It's Rafa.
Why is it Rafa?
Because of the no, so it's nasab actually.
Good.
Yeah.
It's Nasab because of the?
Ah,
Good. How would I make this Rafa?
Rafa. I'm saying u.
So how do I say this in Rafa form? This whole word.
Tanzil.
Okay. How do I say this in Jar form?
Jar Tanzil.
Good. So the status of this is what?
Status of this is Rafa.
Of Tanzila?
Tanzila.
Is what's the status?
Tanzila is nasab.
Good. Okay. And Al-Azizi?
Azizi is Azizi. Jar.
Good.
Yeah.
Number of Tanzila? Don't
be singular.
Good. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to your mind usually, if it's not ani, una, or atun, or aini, or whatever, don't overthink it. That's going to be the right answer. Tanzila, good. Is singular, you said, right? Al-Azizi?
Same.
Okay. Gender of Tanzila rather?
I mean, it has to be masculine.
Why does it have to be masculine? Explain your reasoning to me. That's what I want to know.
I mean, because it doesn't have.
Exactly. A lack of it being feminine is a reason for it to be masculine.
I was trying to get meaning actually.
Don't look at meaning. This class is not about, when I'm going through examples, don't dare look at the meaning. Because the idea is for you to use the grammar to come to the conclusion. Tanzila?
It's masculine.
Masculine. Al-Azizi?
Same.
Alright, common or proper? Tanzila?
Obviously, it has to be common.
Why?
No al.
No al. And al-azizi?
So it has to be proper.
Very good. So this is lacking what two things that stop it from becoming common or proper?
Status and the type.
Status and type. Very good. Aisha? Al-Azizi Ar-Rahimi. Status of Al-Azizi? I mean, do you know the status of this? Is it Rafa, Nasab, or Jar? Why would it be Rafa? Okay, so, but what's your reasoning behind something being Rafa, behind something being Nasab or Jar? So what does Rafa mean? Rafa means if it has U or Un. Nasab means if it has A or An. And Jar means if it has E or In. So what does Al-Azizi mean? Is it Rafa, Nasab, or Jar? It has A or An here? So what is it? Why is it Jar?
Can you explain that one more time?
So if it's U or Un, it's what? Rafa. If it's A or An, it is Nasab. If it's E or In, it is Jar. It is Jar. Okay. Why?
Because it's
Al-Azizi, good. How about Ar-Rahimi? What's the status here? Jar, very good. Al-Azizi, the number, is it singular, dual, or plural? Dual, okay. Why? Are you guessing again? Okay. So Al-Azizi means what? No, that's not what I meant. I mean, Al-Azizi, okay, when we're coming to singular, dual, or plural, how do you understand if something is singular, or something is dual, or something is plural? Okay, everyone, it's 10 p.m. This is what we're doing. Don't come to my class tomorrow if you have not done the following. Number one is reread everything on status. And I mean everything. Reread everything on number. And I mean everything. Reread everything on gender. And I mean everything. Reread everything on type. And I mean everything. This is in addition to the homework I'll be sending tonight. Because if you cannot do this, there's no point in continuing in the course. All I want you to do is read. I want you to understand what? How do you get Rafa, Nasab, or Jar? We went over that on the first day of this class. The first day of this class was spent on Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. And you know this is going to be hard for who? People who were not reviewing what I had told them to review initially. On the first day of this class, what did I say to do? I went over this as the first thing so that we are able to come to class and benefit from the class. I said that your prior review is read the lesson before coming through class, before coming to class. And I said what? Just skim through the chapter, don't do any of the exercises, and have questions ready if you have. And then there is class time. Class time is very interacting with me. But where every single person, or not, if not everyone, then a good amount of you are lacking is post-review. This is where we're supposed to be reviewing whatever we went over in class. If your book gets closed at 10 p.m. and then opens tomorrow at 7 p.m., there's no point in coming here. Okay? But if you already know your status, number, gender, type, then you already know status, number, gender, and type. You will be able to go through this and it will jog your memory. Status, number, gender, type. What am I saying? Am I saying to do the exercises? I'm not. I'm saying to reread the sections. So how big are the sections? Let's go over it. section for status is how long? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pages is the section, and then I even summarize it for you. Right? I have beautifully summarized it to show you how something is rafa, nasab, or jar in a singular form, how something is rafa, nasab, or jar in the dual form, how something is rafa, nasab, or jar in the sound masculine form, and how something is rafa, nasab, or jar in the sound feminine plural form. Right? This is for you to read and understand, not to look at and have ducks read it. And then if you look at, okay, so to add the heavy and light form, which I think most of you understand the concept of heavy and light, I want you to reread that as well, because you know why? It's part of status. And then going on, section 3 is also part of it. So 7 plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pages. Don't worry about the appendix. Don't read the appendix. Okay? You don't have to do any of the exercises, just read. Okay? And this is not a textbook, so you can read 1 page in probably 1 minute or 2 minutes. Don't try to read it in 1 minute or 2 minutes, but that's the general idea. When it comes to number, read, and when I mean this, I also want you to take a look at the notes I sent. Those class notes are golden. That's what you're supposed to read from. Number. Look, the chart's right here. Right? Read the number section. It's 1 pages plus 2 pages plus whatever I've sent in the past. Don't worry about anything else. Gender. 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. That's it. Everything else is exercise. Type. 1 page, 2 page, 3 pages. And that is it. You can either read that after Isha, you can read it after Fajr. If you dedicate 1 more hour to whatever you're already doing, if you're at work tomorrow, bring this book with you to work, but don't bother coming to the class if you have not done it. And I'm serious. Because tomorrow, those of you who I recognize have not been reviewing, and I'm finding out 6 days in the course are not reviewing, and this is day 1 and day 2 stuff, you're going to have problems later in the course. The exam is still on for Tuesday, and I'm not trying to make it hard, but again, everything is based off of the work we've already done in class, so your outside of class studying time should not be that much. I gave you exactly what you have to do. In a college course, what do they tell you to do? They lecture and they give you a textbook and they send you home. Not only am I lecturing, I'm recording my lecture, I'm sending you my lecture, I'm created a textbook for you, I'm outlining the textbook for you, I'm giving you homework, and I'm giving you in-class examples so that the homework doesn't take you more than 10 or 15 to 20 minutes. I think that's fair that I'm doing my part. If I'm not, you can let me know, but it's only fair that you guys do your part. Okay? So inshallah, we'll end off on that. And see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. with everything reviewed. I will send the remaining homework for this section tonight.
We didn't do Quran and Gems.
Yeah, we didn't have time, unfortunately. Sorry?
No problem.
You were in the smaller crowd.